was my everything. For a long time, I didn't even want to believe that it happened. I didn't know that even if he was a bad person, that he would do something to me.
What's good? Live from Atlanta, it's your boy Andre Marcellus, aka Giant the R&B Bully. What's good? How's everybody feeling on this early Sunday evening? Well, we're gonna get right to it. I'm pretty sure most of you have seen it. If you haven't seen it, R.Kelly's Karma, and it's based around his daughter accusing him of possibly touching her. This is what the whole video is about, and they kind of like going through the whole process of her. She's pregnant now, she was pregnant, and they just having like showing them basically like what their life is like, being the kids and all of that. So what's good? Miss Lady T, ain't seen you in a while. Feel free to come in if you like. So, my take on all of this, right? I'm watching it, and quite frankly, I kind of got to the point to where it felt kind of sad to me, because as I'm watching her, and she's speaking, and she's crying. This is her right here. And it's sad. It's sad if it's true. Natalie, what's good? It's very sad if it's true. Now, I guess the big question is, it would be, do I believe it to be true? Now, this is because I really have to think about this, just in a way of, because I know Drea. The kids were around when I was around, and he treated them as if they were queens from what I saw. So even though I felt sort of emotional because of, Joanne, that's who I know it to be, Joanne. The way she was explaining the story and what I was feeling just through the screen, that felt, I felt bad. But if I would have to say what I honestly think, it's hard to believe. Now, that's not me saying it couldn't be possible, but it's very hard to believe. I just can't see it with the way he treated the children, and mainly Joanne, mainly her. It's almost like I can't believe it, really. But that doesn't mean it didn't happen. Okay, before y'all try to go in on me. That's just what I believe. It's hard for me to believe that he did that. And his attorney came out and said that he didn't do, that she spoke with him and he was like, no, I would have never done this, that, and the third. So they don't believe it either. And these accounts supposedly happened quite a long time ago that DCFS investigated it, tried to see if they could find anything, and it came up a bust. And Natalie says, I believe she is manipulated by her mother, so she might believe the stuff she is saying. As far as I know, there was an investigation at the time. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what I'm saying now. It's like it was an investigation during that time. So why do this now? I mean, it feels sort of like a money grab. And then on top of that, Andrea turns around and says she's doing a tell-all book. You told all in the documentary, Surviving R.Kelly. I thought you told it all then. So you have more to tell, which makes me feel even more like this could possibly be a money grab. Because she told an awful lot. Now what are you going to tell? Are you going to tell the stuff that you were involved in? Are you going to tell that? I don't think you're going to tell that. Or maybe you have more stories of things you felt like he did to you. Maybe that's what you're going to tell. But me personally, I'm going to say this with his picture up. I don't believe it. Even in the I Wish video, do you remember the white Bentley in the room? It had Joanne in big white letters across the back. He was holding her in that video. And I was in that video. And he walked around with her the whole time. So I just can't say, and I won't say it. I'm just going to say the truth, what I really believe. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And I'm sorry, I can't ride with the victim, but this is just my opinion. Because the timing is all so strange. Very strange. So, with that being said, for those of you that might not have seen it, I'm going to play the trailer for you so you can take a look. And then let's, I want to know what you guys think once you see this. So let's do that.
He was my everything. For a long time, I didn't even want to believe that it happened. I didn't know that even if he was a bad person, that he would do something to me. I really feel like that 1 millisecond completely just changed my whole life. If my son asks questions, be as truthful as possible. I would not be taking my son to a prison to meet his grandfather. Sometimes it was easy.
Okay, let me ask you this, guys. Could this be a possibility? When I was watching the documentary, she was speaking about her having a career and how I forget the record label that wanted to sign her, and the sister and the brother. And she said they had a listening session where they listened to the sister's tracks, they listened to her songs, and they listened to Kale's Jr. rap a little bit. And after that, they decided to pass on it based off the allegations and what their father was going through. Now, I believe truly she really wants to be an artist. And from what I've seen, she's probably not bad. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that she can't sing or nothing like that, but I mean, maybe, just maybe, this is her chance to get another shot. Could that be it? Put it in the chat what you think. Could it be the fact that she wants to be an artist so bad that she's willing to throw her dad under the bus? Because could be in her mind that she feels like, well, he's out of here. So maybe I have a chance now. Maybe maybe the execs or record company, the labels will look at this and say, hey, she deserves a shot. Could that be something that's true? Let me know in the comments what you think. Honey says, if he can have her dancing on top of a table at a grown-up party, I definitely side-eyeing R.Kelly after all he's always preyed on young girls. Yeah, that was kind of shocking. I wasn't there when that happened, but it was a few people there that told me what happened, and he had a guy around, an older guy. He called him Henry Love, and he told Robert, like, hey, man, she shouldn't be dancing on the pool table like that. And they beat the brakes off him. That's what I was told. For him to even be insinuating something like that. And Natalie says, yes, she is trying to be like Aaliyah, but she is not. She clearly doesn't got any of it. Not the looks, not the voice, nothing. Hey, I mean, I think we all kind of overall feel like that. But in her defense, I'll say, does she deserve a shot? I still think she deserves a shot. Whether what her intentions are, I don't think this was a good idea to go this far, but she did. So, and let's see, Nene B says, honey, it was proven in court that he wasn't a predator and he wasn't dating teenagers. Yeah, I mean, think about it this way. I mean, for R. Kelly fans, the way the court went, they all feel like he shouldn't be in jail. And then you have the ones that feel like he deserves to be in jail, just based off the accusations, not necessarily the proof. So, I mean, we all got our own personal feelings about it. But Gemini Don says, peace, man. Buku's comments doesn't match what she said in this documentary. She specifically states in her post she loves her father. How is he making this claim? Love for her father doesn't make sense. Yeah. A lot of this don't make sense. And Natalie says, Dre, I heard her. I seen her videos. She doesn't got it. That is my opinion. Hey, man. I just say, just because of who her father is, they would give anybody else a shot. Nene B says he shouldn't be in jail. Yeah. And there's a lot of people who feel like you. He shouldn't be in jail. I hate to see him in jail, but nobody could save him but himself. And if you really want to know the truth, when the first tape came out and he went to court for that, I thought he was going to just totally change his life totally. I thought the man was going to start singing gospel music, if you really want to know the truth. because he did do that very well as well. So I thought because whatever had happened, whether you believe it was him or you believe he did it or not, he got off. To me, that was the time to turn around from whatever negativity in his life that he was doing. He should have stopped. That's my opinion. Gemini Don says, not to mention, if this was true, the feds would have this on a silver platter. They would use her daughter straight up to nail him. They wouldn't need anything else. That's a good point. That's a good point. But put it in the comments what you guys think, because I really want to know. Not just for YouTube, but I really like to know what you guys think. So now we're gonna get ready to go to Kanye and his shenanigans. But first, I'm gonna play something from our sponsor, the Delin Marcellus collection. Go to Etsy, get yourself something, and I'm gonna play this, and then we're gonna come right back. All right, we are back. Let me look at these comments real quick. We haven't heard from Kels in years until these allegations started about him. Absolutely. And Gemini Don, well, Nene B, his attorney, yeah. All right, so Kanye West. Oh, man, local idiot. Kanye West, the young lady that accused him of SA, his assistant, is now back in the news. And she's suing him. And what stood out in this story for me, because I heard this story before in another video, but what stood out to me is the fact that this is supposedly happened at a Diddy party or at Diddy's studio. That's what kind of shocked me, right? So, let's see. Let me go here for a second. Let me see what I got. Okay. Kanye West allegedly Diddy and S assaulted his former assistant at a party hosted by Sean Diddy Combs, according to California court documents. The legal papers obtained by the New York Post were filed October 8th by Lauren Pisciata, who worked for the rapper from 2021 through 2022 as a personal assistant. Let me put up her picture so you guys can take a look at her. And there she is. And I've seen some other photos of her that were really kind of like hoish. Can I say that on YouTube? Kind of hoish. I mean, she kind of gives off the energy. Don't get mad at me, ladies, but she gives off whole energy. So I don't know about this story. I don't know. That's why we're here. We're here to talk about it. We're here to talk about it. So this is like an ongoing thing now. Let me see. I'm gonna put this on. Let me read this other part. Years prior to being employed by West, Pisciata said she and the musician met while partying at a Santa Monica music studio with Combs, during which West allegedly told guests they had to drink or leave the gathering. Upon taking a few sips of the drink, she suddenly started to feel disoriented and began to slip into an altered and highly impaired state, according to Pisciata's filings. The former assistant said she could not recall what followed and described feeling ashamed and embarrassed, right? After West fired Pisciata, the rapper reportedly confessed they had hooked up at the event. But according to the legal documents, she was too traumatized and disturbed to speak about that night. Now, what do you, again, this was supposed to have been his assistant. Now, if I had these other pictures, let me put this picture back up. But if I had these other pictures that I seen, you would say he hired her not just to be an assistant. That's what the pictures were looking like to me. So, what do you guys think? Natalie says, didn't she sue him and now is suing him again or added this Diddy stuff to it? Yes, you're absolutely right. I haven't seen the paperwork yet. She is only a fan hoe. Enough said. She wants money. My opinion. That's kind of my, Natalie, that's kind of my opinion too. Because that's kind of what it sounds like. Gemini Don, what do you think? Gemini Don said, And you can hit that link too if you want to, Gemini Don, and come speak your piece. It's all good. So I'm kind of figuring this is a money grab. She's goofy. And this is what it is. But Kanye West does do a lot of crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? He does a lot of crazy stuff. And if he's done this, then I guess he gonna get what he gonna get. I guess. You know what I'm saying? So I got a clip for that. Let's check that out. And then we're gonna come back.
Been blackmailing Kanye. Kanye West's ex-assistant is now accusing him of drugging her and raping her. Lauren worked for Kanye from 2021 through 2022 as a personal assistant. Lauren, who is now an influencer and was a former OF model, said that Kanye had sought out her and her former musician client, inviting them to a party that Kanye and Diddy were hosting. And according to the 88-page lawsuit, Kanye had told everyone at the gathering that they had to drink or leave the party. And after taking just a few sips, she suddenly started to feel disoriented, began to slip into an altered and highly impaired state. The next day, Lauren says she couldn't remember events from the night before and she felt ashamed and embarrassed. And Lauren's musician client, who was not identified in court papers, was too traumatized and disturbed to speak about the night, according to the lawsuit. Lauren could not recall and was certainly not aware of any kind of SA that happened to her or her former client. And it was not until Kanye had fired Lauren that he had admitted to her that they had hooked up, allegedly. And according to the lawsuit, it says Kanye was enraged about a text exchange that had happened between him and his ex, Kim Kardashian, and he mentioned that Kim made a negative comment about Lauren, whom she thought that Kanye had cheated on her with. And according to the suit, Lauren had told Kanye that she wanted to write to Kim Kardashian to let her know that that was not true and clear things up. But Kanye stopped Lauren from sending the text and told her, we did kind of hook up a little one time. And according to the suit, Kanye went on to say that it was the party where he hooked up with Lauren after she had been drugged. Lauren said the revelation was widely devastating and uncomfortable. And she told Kanye she was in complete and utter shock and that she had no memory of the encounter, and she didn't remember anything after sitting down on the couch at the beginning of the night. According to the suit, Kanye had laughed and said women love to say they don't remember. And these new allegations were filed on Tuesday, and they were just added to her already existing wrongful termination and SA lawsuit against Kanye. The initial claims Lauren had made against Kanye are still included in the lawsuit, and she alleges that West sent inappropriate texts to her and shared his fantasies with her and sent X-rated photos and videos of himself. Lauren also said that he had promised her millions in severance when he fired her in October of 2022, but she never received the money and was also still owed money from her salary. Kanye's lawyers slammed her lawsuit when it was initially filed as baseless and alleged she's been blackmailing Kanye. Kanye West's ex-assistant is now accusing him of drugging her and raping her. Lauren worked for Kanye from 2021 through 2022 as a personal assistant.
All right. So you heard that. So what do you guys think? Is Kanye really guilty of this? You know, he just got a divorce too. And she's talking. She's saying she can't believe she even did half the stuff she was doing around this dude. And I think he wanted her to have 2 kids or something. So she's like happy she's free. Does that mean anything? I don't know. I don't know. But put it in the comments. Tell me what you think. I'd really like to know. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe. And in the words of Kels,
that's stupid.